Now we have the number 7 ranked Chad Welch from the Boilermakers.
Twin brother of Doug Welch.
Mm-hmm.
So moving up to 165 pounds. It looks like it's going to be, the Gophers weighed in a couple guys here. I believe it will be Colin Carr for Minnesota or Brad Dolezal. We'll see here in a little bit who comes out of the tunnel. But it is Chad Welch. It is Chad Welch from the Boilermakers. They did weigh in a couple guys too. And it's going to be Brad Dolezal gets the start. I believe he weighed in, due to weigh-in rules, he weighed in pretty close to 157. I think he weighed in right around 158, 159, so that by next weekend he would be able to get back down. NCAA only allows you to lose so much weight. So he's going to be a bit undersized here, wrestling a very good wrestler in Chad Welch. Great. Dolezal in early.
Yeah.
Welch trying to scramble this position. He's going to roll underneath. You get into that shot, you got to avoid letting that guy roll underneath because Welch is going to come out the back here. Unless Dolezal can re-roll back underneath. He's got to keep that foot straight up in the air. Keep that toe pointed to the ceiling.
Yeah. I think he does want to try to be a little careful rolling around with Welch, though, because as we know, Welch has had quite a few pins already this season.
Absolutely. Yeah, he had a pin in the Midland Finals earlier back in December. He was Purdue's second Midland champion in their history. So great shot by Dolezal, unable to finish, but he got into that 2-on-1, used it to drive that arm across and get in on the legs. Being undersized like that, he needs to get to those ties, those underhooks, those 2-on-1s, positions where he can kind of control the action against obviously a larger opponent.
It's good to see some of these guys who don't get, the typical mat time as a lot of the starters, and then they just come in here and right off the whistle, they're attacking. They're trying to take advantage of the situation they were given.
Absolutely. I think Dolezal knows that, this is a chance for him to kind of, I don't think 65 is a weight that's set in stone yet for Minnesota, who's going to be wrestling. This is a chance.
And
Welch
here we have
cement mixer. And that's exactly what he did in the Midlands finals, and he was able to get a fall with. He's got Dolezal in a real tough spot right now. We've got a minute 14 to go. That's a long time. He's going to have to fight here. He's really kind of cranking on that head pretty good.
He's fighting, but, man, this is not a situation you want to be in.
No, that's getting tight. That cement mixer by Welch, that looks to be something that he really enjoys. 47 to go. Dolezal's got to fight this a long time, but he's doing everything he can for the team, especially as an undersized guy. He's, like I said, 8, 9, 10 pounds lighter than Welch right now. And that's a lot.
Wow.
Great job. Excellent job by Dolezal fighting that off. He gives up 4 near fall. He's down 6-0, but
it's better than
giving up the fall.
Right.
He worked real hard there, getting off his back. Dolezal 6-2 on the season. All of his matches so far have come at 157 pounds. So this is his first match up at 65 this year.
I didn't even really catch how Welch hit that cement mixer right there. Like if they were, if he just had a typical front head or.
I think he just kind of snapped Dolezal down to his knees and went with it. End of the first now, 120 a riding time in favor of Welch from Purdue. He leads 6-0 in the match. Dolezal's going to start down, and again, that's another caution on Dolezal. As we said, you get 2 free ones. Third one's going to cost you a point. Dolezal to a short sit here. He's got to get out of the lap of Welch. Yeah, stalemate there. Nobody was tough to move at all there. Neither guy was really able to advance the position. We're going to get a fresh start. 1:45 to go now.
It's a tough position to be in when you're giving up that kind of weight.
Right. Yeah, bottom's is a hard position to begin with, and now you're undersized against a very good wrestler. You're doing everything you can down there. So Welch riding that near wrist, trying to far side half. And his brother was riding legs too, so yeah. I think it's a position that they've wrestled in before. They're comfortable there.
Ref's going to be looking to see if Welch gets that figure 4 in there, and that's why you saw the ref
run to the other side. Yeah. So this is a position last match where we saw that stall call get called on Purdue. It might not be there. There it is on Minnesota. So same kind of position. You gotta try to move. You gotta advance on the bottom position, and both guys, even though they're in a tough spot, it's hard for them to do. They're doing their best, but you gotta. That's the way it is. You gotta get out of there. So first stall warning on Dolezal. He's got a caution as well. Welch is still riding. Riding time's up over 3 minutes now as clock kind of ticks away here in the second period. He's got a 6-0 lead. I think Purdue's probably starting to think about bonus points.
Right.
Definitely in this match.
Especially when you have, close to 3.5 minutes of riding time. And
yeah, so period's going to end here in the second. 3:21 of riding time, so that is locked up. Essentially, it's a 7-0 lead right now for Welch, and it's going to be his choice in this third period. Dolezal's going to start on top. If he can try to, it's tough there.
Right.
Welch gets to a sit, gets to a comfortable position, fights the hands and up and out right away. So 8-0, 7-0 on the scoreboard. It'll be 8 with that riding time point at the end of the match. Dolezal's going to need a takedown now to avoid a major decision. Dolezal's been warned for stalling once already. Welch getting those underhooks. We got to get back to our 2-on-1s here. Where he got in on that deep shot in the first was off that 2-on-1.
And you want to be careful just, taking any shot on somebody like Chad Welch. When you're giving up that weight, you get extended. And
Welch trying to work around that outside. He throws that far leg in. He's going to get another takedown. So 9-0 lead on the scoreboard. 54 seconds to go now in the third.
And then he has riding time, so we're really looking at
10-0 match. And we got to avoid going to our back here the rest of the way in this period. Welch is riding those legs again. This is kind of that position where we were called for stalling in the second. There's another one.
There it is.
Yep. You can kind of tell.
It was kind of awkward, though, because he got hit right when he was working up to his base. But
you can kind of see in a ref when he's starting to think about calling a stall call. He starts to move a little bit, and you kind of tell he gets a little antsy.
The ref knows. Yeah. He knows, like, hey, Minnesota's job at this point in this match is just to
he understands the match situation. He's trying to not go to his back. I think winning the match probably is a little bit of a lost cause at this point. So time's going to tick away here. We're going to drop this match 11-0, but, hats off to Brad Dolezal. He got put in a real tough spot there in that first period. Hit that cement mixer. Welch hit that cement mixer, put him on his back, had him in a position where Welch has had falls, this year out of that exact position. But watch here as Welch, or as Dolezal just keeps fighting and is able to kind of slip that arm between. And he's on his back for over a minute. That is a tough spot to be. Great job by Brad Dolezal.